Hey, welcome to another episode of Cold Air Intake. Now I know you're used to seeing Willie Williamson's mug on here, but today we got a guest host. I'm Kelly Taylor. Before we start, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been an automotive journalist since 2000, when I took over an automotive section that was run by an editor who didn't drive. That's right. So Phil, we love you dearly, and you've gone to the great departed, but he was a cub reporter in Wales, and all was going fine until one day he woke up on his back with a bobby leaning over him saying, "That's right, mate, you've run into the back of a police car." So at that point he realized he needed to give up drinking or needed to give up driving. Well, let's just say he did not give up drinking. So that's how I came to become an automotive journalist. Today, we're going to present something we like to call, I liked it so much I bought it. And we're featuring my 2020 Mazda 3 Sport GX. It's a hatchback. It's a car. It was, at the time I bought it, the only standard in Western Canada, which was a pretty big deal for me because I wanted something with a standard. And you're thinking, well, Taylor, why did you buy a base model? Well, one, getting something without the bells and whistles was a way of getting it past the boss. And two, as a base model, it's pretty loaded. It's got almost everything that I could need. It's got heated seats. It's got an electric parking brake that automatically engages and disengages when you stop and when you park and when you drive. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. It's got a 2-liter engine with about 155 horsepower, and it comes in for a price of about $24,000. So why don't we take a look at it? So one of the things I really like about Mazda is how they managed to make a premium experience at a mainstream price point. Like, for example, this car here comes in at about $24,000, and it's got all of the toys that most people want. It's got heated seats. It's got the e-brake that I mentioned that automatically applies when you turn the car off, automatically disengages when you've buckled up and you're starting to move. And the design of the inside, the interior, is impeccable. The use of materials, the way they've blended things together, and the way everything just flows and is simple and almost minimalist. It's absolutely beautiful. And to get this at this price point is something that's, I think, is amazing. So one of the things that's really cool about Mazda is they've just rocketed to the top of the J.D. Power Reliability Survey. They're beating out brands like Lexus and Toyota and Honda and Nissan. So that gives me confidence that I've actually bought something that's good. It comes with a really good warranty. It comes with 4 years of roadside assistance. This isn't the most powerful Mazda 3 you can get. This one has the 2-liter engine at about 155 horsepower. You could move up to the 2.5-liter in the GS and get about 186 horsepower. Or you can go to the turbo, which is 227 horsepower. It's a 2.5-liter turbo. It's basically the same engine as in the Mazda CX-9. You have a choice of a 6-speed manual transmission and a 6-speed automatic transmission. There is also the option of all-wheel drive, which is really cool, but you can only get that with a automatic transmission. The all-wheel drive system, if you do get it, it does work really slick. It handles all the situations that you could expect to come across when you're driving basically just a car. And when you put snow tires on it with all-wheel drive, it would be killer in terms of getting through winter. Basically, this thing with all-wheel drive and snow tires on it, if you can't get to work, you don't need to get to work, put it that way. So I got the Mazda 3 Sport, which I really like because it's got room in the back for my archery equipment. It's got a spacious rear seat. Now, unlike some of my automotive journalist brethren, I didn't exactly fall in love with this design the moment I first laid eyes on it. It took a while, but once I did, oh man, I just absolutely loved the design. With Mazda, they have craftsmen who actually model with clay. They start with a computer, but they figure that the way to get the absolute best representation of the design they're looking for is to first do it in clay. So you can actually see them in some videos scraping down the clay, carving in all of the swales and details that they want into the bodywork. Now, of course, I like to drive a stick, so that's why I got the 6-speed manual transmission, and I love it. It is so smooth. The pedals are placed perfectly for heel and toe downshifting. So one of the things I mentioned was the overall style of the car. First off, there's this real snout appearance on the nose. The hood slopes down. To me, this is one of the nicest noses on the market. You come around the side and you can see where the artisan has actually sculpted the lines with clay in order to form the basis for the mold of the sides of the car, for the stamps. You can see that it's almost a convex shape here, and in the right light, someone might say, dude, what happened to your car? But no, it's just the way they've flowed the sheet metal to capture the light and capture the different angles and refractions, and it's just beautiful as far as I'm concerned. So one of the other standard features of the Mazda 3 that you don't see here because it's winter and there's winter tires on it are some gorgeous alloy wheels. So that's my take on the 2020 Mazda 3 Sport GX. Great fuel economy, great room for all my stuff, including a chainsaw that just happened to be in here from picking it up and getting it serviced. Great design, great execution, excellent reliability. What more could you want? I'm Kelly Taylor. This has been Cold Air Intake.